Oh, welcome everybody. It is cold outside in the month of April. Do you have snow in April? Wait till the baseball season gets pushed back a year and they start in May. And it goes from May to November. The World Series played in December. Maybe it takes only 10 to 15 years. Wait, Australia.
Come home to comfort.
Mark my words, that Phil in the blank says that Australia will be experiencing snow and we'll have 75, 80 degree, even 100 degree winters and 100 degree Christmases in places like Las Vegas in the desert and the place that gave cancer to all the people in New Mexico. It's coming. Everything is slowly shifting. It'll be snowing in May pretty soon. Within the next 15 years, all of a sudden, it'll be snowing on Memorial Day weekend. And we will move Memorial Day weekend to June, and the 4th of July will be moved to the 5th of August. August 5th, 2005. Now I'm going to cry. It is season 2, episode 150 with that guy from SNL, his wife, Pete Johnson. Yes. And then someone about dog grooming. So if you got a dog, this is the podcast for you. Rest in peace, Vanderpump Rules. Rest in peace. Oh, man. Colin Jost, that's his name. Yeah, his hot wife. At least she's really hot when she has long hair. When she has short hair, I have to drink and squint a little. And then she looks like a adult boy instead of a teenage boy. It's great seeing Scarlett Johansson and Kelly Ripa together. You're going to see, you basically, when you see the two of them, you can't help but to think that those are what the Menendez brothers looked like when they were in 4th grade. So enjoy the show from April 4th and shovel the damn driveway.
Join us for Aida. After a decade, Verdi's epic story of love, betrayal, and sacrifice returns to Lyric Opera of Chicago in a spectacular production that you simply cannot miss. Book your tickets today.
Summer is right around the corner. Don't sweat over your air conditioner. Call the experts at King Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Yes.
Our 40-point tune-up and inspection is only $99.
Oh, no one cares. Just start the damn show. Oh, Vanderpump. Gotta
home to comfort.
Gotta plug her.
It's not just a hotel, it's a fantasy.
Make sure to put in the promo code Fill in the Blanc at the Vanderpump website for 10% off all accessories and swag.
Superstar Scarlett Johansson and the amazing actress Gabielle Union. Plus, we've got movie tips and the studio full of historical coffee. Now on live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Marcus
Look at that. Already just in the middle, towards the end of season 2, and he's already looking exhausted. Look, Mark can't hide it. He has this look on his face, and the look on his face says, I don't like, he already has a look on his face that says, get me the fuck out of here. Like, I do not want to do this. He's just ready to walk in, fucking not give a shit, and then, there's no cut, there's no edit, there's no take 2. Let me go in here, do the fucking intro. He wants to get the fuck out. He's sick of this life. He's wishing he was more talented where he can get acting roles. Maybe his wife told him, look, if you don't fucking take this job with me and stop taking these shitty acting roles, I'm going to divorce you. Because I didn't fucking marry some guy that's going to live in Canada and go travel while I stay in New York. So you take this job with me or I'm divorcing you because you're not going to stay at home and be with me and then just be a stay-at-home husband while I pay the bills. Look at the look on his face. And again, look at their clothes, because if their clothes change throughout the segments, you could tell that all the interviews are just reruns that are picked and selected from past episodes. Look at Mark's face. He looks to the ground. He's got this really just frustrated with life look. Although he has nothing. Look at him right here. Like he's waving. He doesn't give a shit. Look at that look right there. Right there.
Deja will bring
wearing our lady dresses with our matching bows.
I know, I like it.
Gosh, me too. Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. It's April 4th, 2024. As Mark would call it, 2024.
How you doing?
I feel like I have a burp coming up, so I'm.
Let it
Don't know
out.
why. No, I'm just gonna sit here and hope that you take over.
Let me take
before I. Jim,
Well-traveled, funny, or introverted? This is what your coffee choice says about you. What's your favorite? You like a cappuccino?
I like a cappuccino.
You kinda like-
I also like a latte.
Okay.
I like coffee with half and half.
Okay. Well, let's
I like
try.
it creamy.
Latte says you are a people pleaser.
Oh, yes.
I can see that.
Not so much these days.
A cappuccino says you're satisfied with life.
Yes.
Yes. Double espresso. That's me.
Okay, what does that say about you?
It says
That means you're quick and eager to perform and you have no patience, which means you basically stick your wiener in and then you fucking ejaculate and you're out the bedroom going to the gym in less than 3 minutes. Like you don't want no foreplay. You don't want the finger to be lubed up and just rubbed around the rectum. You want just take the whole fist, jam it in there, make me bleed, and send me to the hospital so I could be back home in time to watch Italian football on my big screen TV.
you like a cappuccino?
I like a cappuccino.
You kinda like-
I also like a latte.
How do you like your semen cream pie in your face?
Like coffee with half and half.
But what about cream pies in your face?
I
That's
like
right.
it creamy.
Latte says you are a people pleaser.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
yes. Gelman's like, oh, yes, she is. I mean, I asked her to perform cunnilingus on my wife, and she did. Because she right,
You like a
of course, a
cappuccino?
people pleaser. That explains why why she always cooks Mark's meals. Because she's a people pleaser. She can't say no. So when Mark's like, hey, will you make me some of those delicious scrambled eggs? Oh, I don't want to, but I will because I'm a people pleaser. Hey, baby, will you just blow me real quick before bed? I'm having trouble sleeping. Oh, let me take my retainer out. Will you make meatballs for me? Sure, honey. I'll cook for you. And will you throw the garbage out, sweetie? Sure. Can you pay the bills? I forgot to. I'm going to go to the gym. Sure, sweetie. Whatever you want. I'm such a people pleaser. That's why he married her, because he has a fucking honeydew. Honeydew this, honeydew that. And she's like, yeah, sure. Whatever you want. He's basically got a maid, an assistant, and a fucking butler all in one. And now he's just fucking the help. He's just fucking his personal assistant. That's what he did. He found a girl that would be his personal assistant and his home chef, and he's fucking his employee.
Cappuccino. I also like a latte.
But sweetie, how do you like my jism in your face in the mornings before church?
Okay, well let's
I like
try.
it cream.
Oh. Excuse me.
I like a latte.
Okay.
I like coffee with half and half.
But how do you like me to ejaculate in your face?
Creamy.
Latte says you are a people pleaser.
Oh, yes.
I can see that.
Not so much these days.
A cappuccino says you're satisfied with life.
Yes.
Yes. Double espresso. That's me.
Okay, what does that say about you?
It says I'm well traveled.
Oh.
Did you just roll your eyes?
No.
It also says I'm well read.
Oh.
Not so much. She does all the
I
reading for
read
me.
to him.
Yeah, she
Like, remember when you read to your kids Goodnight Moon? That's how I read to Mark.
It's true. A mocha says you're the sexiest.
Oh.
Yeah. Flavored coffee, funniest. A flat white, honest and trustworthy. A white Americano, straight talker. Non-dairy coffee, a moralist.
That's you? But you're not as fun, I bet.
Lola Consuelos loves the iced coffee, and it says she's the life and soul of the party.
That is true.
I would say
We can
that.
all agree with that one.
Yeah, I would say that.
What's a flat white again?
I drink flat white.
Is it like a skim milk latte?
No. It has the very fine foam, and there's, I think, a bigger ratio of coffee to milk than a lot.
It should just say annoying.
Yes.
They drink it in Australia.
Do they?
Yeah, it came from Australia. Now it's become a thing.
Flat white.
Yeah.
You know what else came from Australia? My ball sack. My kangaroos. My kangaroo wife. So basically, a flat white is basically like, say you take an 8-ounce cup. It's basically like 5 ounces of hot milk and like 1 ounce. So basically, if you have an 8-ounce glass, a flat white is like 6 ounces of hot milk, 1 ounce of espresso, and a lot of foam. Or is it like a half an ounce of espresso and like 5 ounces of hot milk, and then the rest is foam? That's very weird. So it's like coffee flavored hot milk.
Coffee to milk and a lot.
They should just say annoying.
Yes. They drink them in Australia.
Do they?
Yeah, it came from Australia. Now it's become a thing.
Flat white.
Yeah, flat white. They're good.
That was my nickname in high school. Some things never change. You need to be extra.
Let me put the captions on for this one. A flat white. You know what's flat white?
Just say annoying.
You know what a flat white is? That's the nickname for Michael Gelman's chest.
Yes.
They drink them in Australia.
Now you know where his daughters get it from.
Do they?
Yeah, it came from Australia. Now it's become a thing.
Flat white.
Yeah, flat white. They're good.
That was my nickname in high school.
I thought of it first.
Some things never change.
Ironically, that's what Mark Consuelos liked to eat in high school too. Flat whites. I thought it was ironing board.
Some things never change. You need to be extra careful if you favor the window seat of an aeroplane.
Uh-oh.
Extra careful.
Why is that?
You've got to put your sunscreen on.
Oh, yeah.
The sun can still get you in the plane.
That's right.
Did you know that, Showweiss? Now Showweiss is only booked. Now you only want a window seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rays are pretty strong
The
up
rays
there.
are pretty strong up there.
Yeah, they showed, I saw a photo of a guy who drove a truck for a living.
Oh,
and
yes.
The left side of his face and his arm was very much sun damaged.
Mm-hmm. And the other side of his face was not so much.
Higher altitudes affect that?
Yeah, high altitude. You experience stronger UV radiation, especially when you're in the window seat of an airplane.
Interesting.
I
You're not
wonder about
filtered.
the pilots.
Well, they always have those visors that come down.
Yeah, that's true. They probably get a lot too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, yes. Okay, let me read the rest of the article. People who are exposed, they're going to exposed to much more ultraviolet light, especially in the cockpit. The size of the windshield, given all the time they spend at higher altitude, the cabin crew and the pilots have twice the incidence of melanoma. How about that?
You know, there's no clouds to filter out any of that stuff, just direct.
Once you get up there.
Yeah, you get up there. Everyone agrees these movies and shows put you in a good mood.
Okay, which ones?
Let's see. If they're watching Grey's Anatomy, people like Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Makes them feel happy. Modern Family makes people feel happy. Friends. On the flip side, Breaking Bad makes them feel more stressed. 70% of respondents can name a movie or a show that turned their day from bad to good, including Forrest Gump, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and my favorite, Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls.
Mark became a Gilmore Girler during our August vacation.
That's right.
Our nieces introduced him to Gilmore Girls, and he became hooked.
You
And
actually-
I don't know who he is anymore.
You actually explained this story yesterday, and Mark kind of told us everything. So the fact that you're spending more than like 3 seconds re-explaining the exact same goddamn story that you said yesterday just shows you have nothing to talk about, and you in the whole world you can't talk about nothing. So you're just that's how incompetent you are, or that's how lazy you are. That you're not even trying. You're just gonna repeat the same shit because you're like, fuck it. The ratings are going to be what the ratings are. Our paycheck is going to be consistent. Why should we even try? Let's talk about fucking Mark watching the Gilmore Girls like a little fucking sissy again. That's all you're doing. And you know what they did? Here, since he said he liked the Gilmore Girls, whoever in the back was in charge of like writing the monologue or coming up with topics, all he did was go in the computer and Google TV show lists of Gilmore Girls, and it just brought up whatever you could find, any kind of list, a top 10 list, any kind of list that has Gilmore Girls on it, and then they would bring it up just so they could use that Gilmore Girls listing to segue into Kelly repeating the same story very slowly to waste as much time as possible so they could get paid the same amount of money for doing less work, or as I call it, no work. No innovation. And it just came up like top 10 shows that make you feel good. And they're like, great, print it out. And the first two, did you notice the first two shows are ABC shows? Shows that make you feel good? Grey's Anatomy? There's fucking people dying on this show and deceiving people and lying and cheating, and people are upset. Fuck that. Grey's Anatomy and Modern Family, two ABC shows just happen to be the first two you mentioned on this ABC daytime show. Why don't you just open the fly, whip the snake out of the garden, and take a wad? A big shot of yogurt right in your face hole.
On the flip side, Breaking Bad makes them feel more stressed.
Grey's Anatomy makes me feel stressed. Effing liar.
Once you get up there.
Yeah, you get up there. Everyone agrees these movies and shows put you in a good mood.
Okay, which ones?
Let's see. If they're watching Grey's Anatomy, people like Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, yeah.
Makes them feel happy. Modern Family makes people feel happy. Friends. On the flip side, Breaking Bad makes them feel more stressed. 70% of response can name a movie or a show that turned their day from bad to good, including Forrest Gump, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and my favorite, Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls.
Mark became a Gilmore Girler during our August vacation.
That's right.
Our nieces introduced him to Gilmore Girls, and he became hooked. And
Yeah.
I don't know who he is anymore. And sometimes, like, the weirdest thing, like, Mark will say, what do you think Rory's doing right now? And I will say, who's Rory?
Or Lorelai. I wonder what Lorelai's doing right now.
Yeah, like, he'll just say it.
Yeah.
He wonders what the characters are up to.
It's so weird.
It is so weird. It's so, like, out of your, because you tend to like,
Dramas.
you like dark,
Edgy dramas.
either a dark comedy
Yeah.
or edgy dramas. And so Gilmore Girls does not fit into the.
I know. It made this dark, small heart. It just grew.
Yes, it expanded
Like the
your
Grinch.
cold heart.
Yes, just made it a little bigger and warmer.
It's really incredible. So here's a question I have for some of you men who are here today. Can men ever wear shorts to the office?
Oh.
Well, certainly around here, that's a
John.
so office dress codes have skewed more casual post-pandemic. I agree. Opinions on what constitutes too casual varies greatly. Can you wear a baseball cap? Okay.
John.
You
hit the jackpot, John.
55% approved branded caps and 56% approved unbranded caps. I say unless you are in the music industry
Or
a camera operator
Yes.
or a stage manager, you have no business wearing a baseball cap in the office. I know you think it makes you look cool, but it doesn't.
Keeps Julian's head warm.
No, I said he can wear it because this is not, but like,
Yeah.
there are people like wandering around law offices with their sneakers on and their baseball caps.
Yeah, they usually says
and their
Harvard
suits.
or Yale on it.
Yeah.
Because they want to remind everybody that they
How
went to
smart
school.
they are. Yeah. Can you wear jewelry?
Sure.
Yes. 92% says yes, you can
Yeah.
wear jewelry.
Yeah.
Can you wear shorts? 58% of the respondents said it's fine for anyone to flash a thigh. Can you wear sneakers and sandals? 73% say yes. This is kind of amazing to me. I feel like we've just collectively stopped trying. I still try to, I try to look nice for you guys. You're welcome.
I think you always look nice. We have a big show today.
Yeah. Very big show today. Scarlett Johansson is here.
Also, we have Gabielle Union.
We're going to give you easy dog grooming tips. The dog grooming tips are always easier on this show than when we try to enact them at home.
They sabotage you here, though. They start throwing more and more dogs at you.
Are you ready? It's time to play Stop Law!
Joshua McNally from Marlton, New Jersey, who watches the show on WPVI.
Oh, he's game.
All right, Joshua.
Which is good, which is great. I love it. I support it.
Two statements. One is true, one is false. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you'll win this.
Free surgery.
Josh, here are your two statements. I grew up in South Jersey, or I grew up in Tampa Bay. This is going to be good.
This is good.
Well, I could tell, looking at, first of all, they're going to see, where does he live? What's his last name? I could tell by his last name. That might give it away. McNally. Okay, McNally, that screams like Irish, right? Irish, Scottish. So I think right off the bat, okay, and he's from New Jersey, but is that a red herring? Dun, dun, dun. I'm not even going to go off of that. That's what he's hoping, is that they might outthink themselves and think that he's in New Jersey, but he grew up in Tampa. Because if he lived in New Jersey, why would he say he grew up in New Jersey? Like, that would be too easy, right? But so do you think that's obvious that he grew up in Tampa? Because the New Jersey is so obvious, it's got to be Tampa. But maybe we think that it's so obvious that he's trying to fool us and that it's Tampa, that it's actually New Jersey. I'm just going by the last name, McNally. I'm assuming it could be Irish, but even anyone in the United Kingdom, most United Kingdom settlers settled in New England, in the East Coast, in the northeast of the country, and of course, probably they end up staying there for generations. So based on his last name, not Marlton, New Jersey, where he lives right now, his last name McNally, I'm gonna say he grew up near Kelly Ripa. Plus, he seems like he might be LGBTQ friendly. Which means that he's probably a big fan of Kelly, so he's dying to tell Kelly that I grew up by you.
Wait! Stop!
Let's say hello to Joshua McNally from Marlton, New Jersey, who watches the show on WPVI. All right, Joshua, you know how this works. You've given us two statements. One is true, one is false. I have 60 seconds to decide which is the truth. If you stump me, you'll win this. Josh, here are your two statements. I grew up in South Jersey, or I grew up in Tampa Bay. This is going to be good.
This is good. Battle of our hometown.
All right, Joshua, what ages were you in Tampa?
I was in there. I was born in Clearwater, and I was there till I was 20.
Okay, where'd you go to high school?
Largo High School.
I'm sorry?
Largo High School.
Largo High School. Okay, cool. I know where that is.
Okay, what town are you from in South Jersey?
I'm from Berlin.
Berlin. Okay, what street?
I grew up on Camden Avenue.
Okay, and what high school did you go to?
I went to Eastern High.
Okay. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 2006.
Where's the Wawas in Berlin?
There's one on White Horse Pike that they just converted into a gas station. There's also one off Burnt Mill Road, like if you go a little further down.
He came with receipts.
Sorry about it.
Okay. Grew up. Marlton is down there. Marlton is down there, right?
Yes.
Currently.
Yes, he's
Okay.
currently.
All right, Joshua. Well played. Well played. You knew a lot about South Jersey.
He did his homework.
Very specific. Very specific.
I need that shirt.
Okay. I say that the true statement is that you grew up
In Jersey.
in Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ah, so that's the thing right there. He spent his time doing his homework on South Jersey. I don't know how you knew the Wawas. Well, here's the thing. That's the thing. He could have known all this stuff about Jersey because he lives in Jersey now. So that's why. And he knows Eastern High because he lives in Jersey. So he knows all this stuff because he lives there as an adult. But the fact that you know all that stuff about Tampa and you don't live there, that's kind of good. All right, he got me on that one, but...
That you grew up.
Because you figure he could have known all the stuff about Tampa because that's what I would have thought. He knows all the stuff about Tampa because he grew up there. He knows all the stuff about South Jersey because he lives in Jersey. And you did some homework. You took some notes and good thinking of what.
Say that the
Good job of presuming or guessing what questions he would ask.
Statement is that you grew up in Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right.
I'm sorry, Joshua.
It's okay. It's okay.
But shout out for knowing where Wawa is. In Berlin.
You're a good player, man. Play again.
Yeah, no.
You're a
no,
good
I'm
player.
gonna
That was
try.
interesting. Listen, you didn't win a mug or a t-shirt, but you still have a chance to win a great trip. It's time for Warming Up Travel Trivia.
Stephanie Taylor from Carmel, New York. Great job, Stephanie. I can tell you're I know the
Are you
feeling.
professional?
When the mic loosens itself.
It's
Gotta
okay.
keep going with
You
it.
know what? You kept going.
It only-
Good for you.
Thank you.
It only happens
Deja,
on...
it's time to spin.
You know, doctors say that only happens on obese women. Have you tried Ozempic? Because I have a feeling the rice cakes and the Slim Fast isn't going to work. Well, it looked like she had a wedgie there. So this is the part of the show where I mimic the dancer, and you rate me on a scale of
Time
1 to
for
100.
Warming Up Travel Trivia.
Stephanie Taylor from Carmel, New York. Great job, Stephanie. I can tell you're I know the feeling when the mic loosens itself.
It's
Gotta
okay.
keep going with
You
it.
know what? You kept going. Good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Deja, it's time
Thank
to spin
you.
the wheel to see what else Josh
I'm like
was playing
Elspeth.
for. Okay, you're playing for a trip for two to the Buccaneer in St. Croix. 7 days, 6 nights in a deluxe oceanfront room. It includes what? 3 meals daily. It's a prize valued at $9,500. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Joshua, good luck.
All right, Joshua, here we go. What major sporting event did we say keeps the prices of its sandwiches at $3 or below?
Oh, I didn't hear the question. What major sporting event keeps their... Oh, okay.
$3 or below.
What major sporting event? Not the Kentucky Derby. I mean, is there a chance it would be NASCAR? I feel like that's a white trash thing. They might be like, look, a lot of our fans are cheap and they're poor. And to be honest, like, what are they serving at a NASCAR event? Like ham and cheese on like white bread, peanut butter and jelly, marshmallow nutters, banana and peanut butter. You know what I mean? I'm going to say the NASCAR Cup or the Daytona 500.
The prices of its sandwiches at $3 or below.
You should know this. The Kentucky Derby, the Preakness Stakes.
The U.S. Open.
Oh, it's the golfing one. You know what? I know what it is. It's the fucking Masters. I swear to God, I know it's the Masters. I just remembered. It's the Masters. They said it in I remember hearing like 4, 5, 6 years ago something on an ESPN radio show. Is that at the Masters, because it's so expensive to buy a ticket, that's right, all their things, their grilled cheese, everything is a cheap sandwich at the Masters. The Masters tournament in golf in Georgia.
The U.S. Open.
There's nothing for $3.
$300 there. Yeah, it was the Masters.
The Masters.
In Augusta. The Masters
But listen,
in Augusta,
there's still exciting news. You'll now be entered into our grand prize drawing for a trip to the Grenadines at the Palm Island Resort and Spa. It's a prize valued at $14,000. And now you
have a chance to get a blowjob from Mark in our daughter's bedroom.
$500
times
gift.com cash gift card. So please pick a number between 1 and 105.
I think he's going to go with like his age and say 26. Unless he wants to do 105 because that's like 2005 his graduating year.
It was the Masters.
The Masters.
In Augusta. The Masters
But listen,
in Augusta,
there's still exciting news.
Ooh, the Masters. Okay.
There's nothing for $3.
$300 there. Yeah, it was the Masters.
Masters.
In Augusta. The Masters
But listen,
in Augusta,
there's still exciting news. You'll now be entered into our grand prize drawing for a trip to the Grenadines at the Palm Island Resort and Spa. It's a prize valued at $14,000. And now you, yes, you, Joshua, and a lucky member of our studio audience will each receive a $500 perfectgift.com cash gift card. So please pick a number between 1 and 105.
Well, I'm going to pick the number 18.
18.
Oh, look at that. She's a hottie. Nothing like a skinny anorexic with a fake tan.
Still ahead on Live, Gabielle Union. We'll give you some easy dog-grooming tips. And coming up next, Scarlett Johansson.
I'm blue, I'm a D, I'm a dying, I'm a D, I'm a dying, I'm a D, I'm a die. And he's just like disappeared, and it's like, it's very weird.
Island Resort and Spa. It's a prize valued at $14,000. And now you, yes, you, Joshua, and a lucky member
from our studio audience have a chance to have sex in P. Diddy's Florida house and shipped in a container to Europe.
$9,500. You have 20 seconds and only one guess. Joshua, good luck. All right.
No. What's going on here?
Nothing for $3.
$300 there. Yeah, it was the Masters.
The Masters.
The Masturbators.
But listen, there's still exciting news. You'll now be entered into our grand prize drawing for a trip to the Grenadines at the Palm Island Resort and Spa. It's a prize valued at $14,000.
Now watch. Did they change? Oh, look, she's got longer hair. See, now she looks cute. Did they change their clothes? They did change their clothes. So I probably already have this interview.
Now you're the bird stuck in the attic.
All right, she's one of Hollywood's biggest and most talented stars. Please welcome back to the show, Scarlett Johansson. It's so crazy. We were talking about your career backstage, and the fact that Lost in Translation is a 20-year-old movie. Did you keep the pink wig?
No, but now I feel like I should have, because it became kind of a thing. It kind of became a thing.
Yeah.
But in the moment, it was like, it could be this purple one or this lime green. Well, I'll just throw the pink one on.
The pink one is adorable.
Yeah, the pink one worked. But yeah, it's crazy. 20 years feels like, that doesn't feel, but I was 17 when I made that.
What do you remember most about making that film?
What do I remember most about making that film was that I I ate McDonald's, I think, like every other day, but I was also 17, so that made sense
Perfect
then.
sense.
Yeah, even the last time I ate McDonald's. Yeah.
Was
but,
McDonald's different there?
It actually was, because it was just so like perfectly made.
Yeah.
Like the bun was really fluffy and the lettuce was perfectly like placed.
Yes.
Like everything was just, it was
How could you not have one every day? Because it was perfect.
I mean, there's no, it was a perfect like little burger.
I feel like they know how to make things very beautifully there. It's like everything is done with like a
care and
deliberate
intention.
sensibility.
Totally. Yes. And that was definitely, I love that was my like long lasting memory, was that I got to eat McDonald's.
That's when you know you're separate.
That's right, for sure.
So, last time you were here, you were a mom of one.
Yes.
Now
I have a, yes, we have
you're man-on-man defense.
I
in the
know.
house.
Yeah, that's right. We all each take one. We have a baby who's going to be 2 in July. His name's Cosmo. He's a Cosmo. He's so sweet.
How do you
He's
choose
a
that
little
name?
man.
I love that name.
How do we choose it? I don't know. I feel like it was like a 4 a.m. decision.
Sure.
When you're like,
You snapped awake and you're like, Cosmo.
yeah, I was like, I got it.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. But it suits him. He's just like a little man. It's so sweet. Love that little
I heard
goosebumps.
that your husband, Colin Joseph, and Pete Davidson
Yes,
bought the
Staten Island Ferry.
Staten Island Ferry.
Yeah, they did. They got that huge guffaw from that person.
Genius idea.
So basically, I was Colin. My husband's from Staten Island, and
Colin Joe.
And Pete is also from Staten Island, and Colin
So they
took
bought the
Staten
Staten
Ferry.
Island ferry because were there like memories on it for both of them? Like they used to ride that ferry a lot when they were younger to go to the good part of the city, the clean part of the
That
city.
your husband, Colin Joseph, and Pete Davidson
Yes,
bought the
Staten Island Ferry.
Staten Island Ferry.
Yeah, they did. They got that huge guffaw from that person.
Genius idea.
So basically, I was Colin. My husband's from Staten Island, and he. Pete is also from Staten Island, and Colin took the Staten Island Ferry. Like that's how he commuted he went to Regis, and he commuted every day on the Staten Island Ferry. And it's not
I didn't realize he went to Regis.
You went to Regis? You mean the Regis? Was he an intern on Regis? You mean, or did he went to go watch shows?
Pete is also from Staten Island, and Colin took the Staten Island Ferry. Like that's how he commuted he went to Regis, and he commuted every day on the Staten Island Ferry. And it's not
I didn't realize he went to Regis right down. Like,
he went to Regis.
Unbelievable, across the town.
That's right. Yeah, but his journey.
Not Regis Philbin. Regis must have been a high school. So he went to high school in Manhattan. So oh my God. So 5 days a week, every morning, I would wake up and I would take the CTA, the public bus. I would take the bus in Chicago, the CTA, and I would take the Pulaski bus to Addison, and I would take the Addison. It's like taking the L train. Okay, it's like taking the L train. A lot of kids, if they grow up by the train, Monday through Friday, they wake up at 6 a.m, at 6:45, 7 a.m. They walk, they leave their house, they go walk to the train, they get on the L train, they take the train, they get off, they take a bus. So his commute was literally every single day. His routine was, as a teenager, is that he woke up and he got dropped off at the dock, I guess, and he took the ferry to school. So he took the ferry, got off, and then walked. That's interesting. Were there a lot of high schoolers? Because when I went to high school on the bus, when you got on the bus, the first bus I took, I was at the beginning of the line, but once you got on the second bus, that there were multiple high schools along that route. So when I got on the bus, usually it was filled with 70 to 100 people on the bus, and 90% of them were high schoolers. So it's just a bunch of teenagers, all at anywhere from 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning on that bus, jam packed. And it was there a lot of, at that time, that early in the morning, was there a lot of teenagers on that ferry, or was it mostly work people? How many other teenagers do you think were on there going to school? Was it just maybe 10, or was it maybe 100? How many people from Staten Island went to high school in Manhattan? Probably only the rich, wealthy families, right? The Josephs of Staten Island. Pete Davidson, probably you went to a high school in Staten Island. right? You probably got picked up by a school bus. This guy is wearing like a jacket, like in school ties, right? Like Brendan Fraser. This guy was Brendan Fraser in school ties, taking the fancy guy, huh? You're going to your fancy Manhattan high school. Everyone's going like off in their school bus, and you're taking the ferry to go to your special little private school with all the rich kids up on the Upper East Side.
Like that's how he commuted he went to Regis and he commuted every day on the Staten Island Ferry. And it's not
I didn't realize he went to Regis right down, like,
yeah, he went to
down the
Regis.
street, unbelievable, across town.
That's right. Yeah. But his like journey to get there was very long.
That's a journey.
Yeah, it's quite an event. It's like a 2-hour trip. But one day.
Because he would wake up at he started school at 8:00. He would wake up at like 5:30 in the morning, and he would wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and either, I don't know about his breakfast schedule. I assumed he either ate breakfast at home real quick, whether it was cereal or a donut, or I doubt like mom and dad woke up extra early to make eggs and bacon. So it's probably something where you wake up and you just grab a couple donuts on the to go. Maybe put him, knowing Colin, I bet his mommy put like a couple donuts in a croissant and like a nice Tupperware container with some plasticware, and he basically went on and then he got dropped off, and then the limousine dropped him off at the ferry, and he got on the ferry, and then he probably sat in his little corner and looked out the window, and on his ferry ride to Manhattan, he probably ate his croissants and drank his coffee, his double espresso, because he wasn't satisfied with life. I could see that, leaving at 6:00, driving from 6:00 to catch the 6:30 ferry. And then it's an hour-long ferry ride, 6:30. Then it's an hour-long ferry ride. So he basically just looks out the window, eating his breakfast, his pastries, maybe his Hot Pockets. And then it gets off at 7:30, and then he has to walk 20 minutes to go to school. He has to walk 20 minutes. Okay, that's got to be an interesting. You kind of get. Do you ever get sick of the skyline, seeing it every day? So you're talking about you're on a ferry looking at the Manhattan skyline from the water over the course of 4 years, 400 times. Do you ever get sick of the skyline? Does it just be oh, look at that, it's beautiful, it's the Statue of Liberty? Yeah, it's the Statue of Liberty. I've seen it. I've seen the Statue of Liberty from the water, like you said, hundreds of times, probably over 500, including going on your private yacht. So it's got commemorative or sentimental value. The ferry does,
and it's not
I didn't realize he went to Regis right down, like,
he went to Regis,
unbelievable, across town.
That's right. Yeah, but his journey to get there was very long.
That's a journey.
Yeah, it's quite an event. It's like a 2-hour trip. But one day he was reading the news on whatever. He's like, oh, that's funny. They're going to auction off the Staten Island ferry. So, okay, that's cool. I guess it's scrap metal, or I don't know what anybody would buy that for out of decommissioned.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the John F. Kennedy. It was commissioned in 1960, whatever. And so not necessarily it's not a boat that you're ooh, we're buying a boat.
Oh no,
it's a ferry.
Yeah, it's definitely fits. I think 3,000 cars on it or something.
Incredible.
And it's huge.
You're like the Jeff Bezos and Lawrence Sanchez of Staten Island.
Yes.
Have you been aboard yet?
No, I have been on the Staten Island ferry.
On this one, particular one?
No.
You're not going to
This one is, so he basically, he's like, that would be a fun thing to buy. And I was like, yeah, I guess if you were, if you have the space for it.
Or if you're in that business, if you have the money for it. But I realize I'm not going to say if you have the money for it, because we probably had the money for it. Knowing him, he'd be at the bank getting a loan for $5 million and buying it. So I said, yeah, if that's your business, because the money he can get. But so I changed it from, if you have that kind of money, no. I changed it to, if you're in that kind of business, which you're not. You are not a boat owner. You don't buy things and sell. You're not a refurbisher. You're not a boat flipper. You know what I mean? You're not buying you don't buy boats and then refurbish them and update them and sell them for a profit. You're not flipping yachts. You're not a ferry flipper. But Pete Davidson is, but only in Calabasas when he's with Bruce Jenner. I'm sorry, Caitlyn Jenner. Ooh, that was a good one.
were, if you have the space for it.
If that's your business.
And so a few days go by, and I see he's making all of these like secretive phone calls, and he keeps saying it's fairy stuff, and I was like, what is going on? And then I get a text message that says,
He was cheating on
we
me.
bought a fairy. And I guess. Me too, sweetie. I was like, did you say what is we? Yeah, I was like, what are we doing with this?
Right.
The docket fee is high.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's well, there are plans for it to become like a whole fun space that will be a great thing. You could all rent it for your bar mitzvah. Yeah, it'll be a fun ferry.
A party
when
boat.
Will it happen? It could be decades from now. We'll be long. Yeah, it'll be our grandchildren.
Will you be christening it? Like, will they allow you to,
I think you do it with like a bottle of Canada Dry.
Canada Dry.
Okay, so your grandchildren will be inheriting it in decades. So 30 years. So your grandchildren, so if your kids are like 5 years old, if your oldest has a kid when they're 20, that would imply that your grandkids would be inheriting a fairy when they're 10 years old. And if your grandkids, and if your daughter or your kid, son, whatever, if your child has a kid when they're 29, then your grandchildren will be inheriting it when they're 1. So I guess you're saying your grandchildren will be inheriting it in like many decades, but the implication is that in the decades that they will inherit it will be by the time it's done. Like by the time we're done refurbishing the boat and we open up for business, the grandkids will be running it. But your grandkids will only be like 5 years old or 3 years old or not even born yet. So you mean your kids will be inheriting it. So there's a little faux pas there. So watch your mouth, Scarlett, or I'll wash it out for you with my balls. And it's juice.
I think you do it with like a bottle of Canada Dry.
Canada Dry. Yeah. Oh, I still know those secretive phone calls when I'm on the phone doing fairy stuff as well. She's like, what are you talking about? I go, fairy stuff.
Buying a soccer team?
No, I don't know. But yes, we have the Staten Island Ferry.
Mark's ferry was a soccer team in Italy. That was his ferry. Yeah, I bought a soccer team. What?
Doing fairy stuff as well. She's like, what are you talking about? I go, fairy stuff.
Yeah, I should have known. I don't know. But yes, we have the Staten Island Ferry now. And if you guys want to come on board and,
we do.
Many out-of-service toilets. There's plenty of them.
Very excited about
Gelman has taken the show on the road. You guys did a cruise ship.
Oh yeah,
we should
Yeah,
do.
this is not that.
We should do the show from
the ferry.
Scarlett's
Yeah, we
Ferry.
just renovated. Yeah.
Sure. Please. By all means. If it brings in any revenue, that would be good.
Will they name it after you?
They actually named, I think they had to form a trust, and Colin thought it would be hilarious to call it the Titanic 2. To also like get insurance under, so that was sort of ill-conceived.
Yes.
Yeah. It's cool.
Now you're getting ready to film the Tower of Terror.
The Tower of Terror
movie.
Yes.
Which is my favorite Disney ride.
Oh, I love that
To me,
ride.
it's the greatest ride.
It's the greatest ride. I love that ride. My daughter, who is 8.5, finally got like the guts to go on the Tower of Terror. And then she wanted to go on a second time. And I was like, I can't do the second time. I've learned my lesson. The first time is great.
Yeah.
Second time, like something happens to your inner ear, I feel like.
You're anticipating.
Yeah.
You're like, no, it's going to happen again.
You're not feeling the same after the second time. So yeah, but I love that ride so much.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
It'll be great.
Hey, we need to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to talk to Scarlett about Asteroid City. Stick around.
Still ahead of live. Gabielle Union.
And he just goes into the most absurd places. He just like walks into like a library. Right. Maybe he just like walks into a church, like right before service. Oh, hello, how are you? Are you a new congregation member? No, my name's Barry. I don't know, my name's Barry. I was baptized a Catholic back in 1993. I was just wondering, I really got to take a shit. Can I use your bathroom? Or the one downstairs? Can I use your bathroom downstairs?
That's 847-930-5830.
This isn't the beginning of something, Augie.
Isn't it?
Is it?
Probably not.
Unless maybe it is.
I don't like the way that guy looked at us.
Okay.
The alien.
Oh, how did he look?
Like we're doomed.
Maybe we are.
That was a scene from Asteroid City. Tell us what you can about this film.
It is, the premise of it is a TV show about the making of a play that doesn't exist. So really easy to follow that. It is sort of an existential kind of film, and I think it really represents kind of Wes's sort of midlife, mid-career. It's really interesting. I think you need to see it more than once. It's gorgeous.
It's really, really beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And it has a huge cast. Was there anyone that you were excited
Was there anybody that wasn't in it?
We weren't in it.
You guys were busy, but I'm sure you got the call.
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited. The cast is incredible. I got to work with Willem Dafoe, which was amazing. I was pretty excited about that. I didn't even worked with him before. No, I'd never worked with him. I never met him before. I love him, and they were like, who's coming tomorrow to play it's Willem Dafoe. And then the next day you would be, on the treadmill, and like Jeff Goldblum would be on the Stairmaster, and you're just like, oh,
He knew he was a Stairmaster guy. Did you know that he was this guy?
He just has like that.
Is he listening to music, or is he just free earing it?
I think he was listening to music, but then when we were together, it was like, do you chat? You're both on these kind of machines. What do you talk about? Show me your stretching. Like, what are you doing? How do you get so long?
You guys shot this in Spain.
We shot it in Spain.
It's supposed to be the American West.
It is.
I wouldn't think that Spain would be able to double for the American West.
Yeah, you're right. It is a weird. So we basically shot it on a unharvested watermelon patch. Stay with me.
Okay.
It was this agricultural land, flat, with, soy, and they're growing this, they're growing watermelons, whatever. And then they took over the 4 lots, they combined, and then brought in everything. So it looked like they brought in all the red earth, and they plumbing and electricity and mountains and this forced perspective. So when you walk to the end of the long, long road, the cacti were like this high.
Wow.
And it was like Looney Tunes. It was incredible. It was so cool.
I love the way Wes Anderson shoots a movie. I always say every still shot from the movie could be artwork that hangs in your house.
Totally. And when you're there in person, it all looks like that. They had
So it's a new city. I gotta watch this shit now.
this forced perspective. So when you walk to the end of the long, long road, the cacti were like this high.
Wow.
And it was like Looney Tunes. It was incredible. It was so cool.
I love the way Wes Anderson shoots a movie. I always say
I get it. So he basically filmed it where he put it like a 3-foot or a 4-foot tall cactus all the way at the end of the road, and he filmed like 1,000 feet or maybe like 150 yards. Well, 150 yards would be 450 feet. So maybe he filmed like 200 yards and 600 feet away from the cactus where the camera was. So that way it gave the illusion that this small cactus was a lot bigger than it actually was. So it looks like it's this huge cactus from like 600 yards away or 600 feet away. But as you get closer and closer, you realize it only goes up to your knee. So instead of paying for this humongous cactus, he paid like $200 for like this little cactus and just filmed far away to give the illusion it was bigger than it actually was. But it works on screen because we don't know the difference unless, what's her face?
Yeah, Paris.
Holiday Road.
Every still shot from the movie could be artwork that hangs in your house.
Totally. And when you're there in person, it all looks like that. They had like functioning vending machines that had like martinis that would come out. It was like Willy Wonka world. It was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Tomorrow on Live, Matthew Broderick.
You're thinking about replacing the windows and doors in your home.
You're thinking about replacing the windows and doors in your home. What do you do with your hemorrhoids?
And you walk to the end of the long, long road, the cacti were like this high.
Wow.
And it was like Looney Tunes. It was incredible. It was
I love
so cool.
I love the way Wes Anderson shoots a movie. I always say like every still shot from the movie could be artwork that hangs in your house.
Totally. And when you're there in person, it all looks like that. They had like functioning vending machines that had like martinis that would come out. It was like Willy Wonka world. It was really crazy. Yeah.
Tomorrow on
The places and
She's 67 years old.
In the heart of downtown, this is where legends are made. Bally's Chicago Casino. Bet on Bally's.
All right, she's an actress, a producer, an author. Please welcome the gorgeous and talented Gabielle Union. Hi, sexy lady. Oh my God. You look good. Did my mom call her? Yes, she did.
You came out and she goes, look at that bob. She loves that bob.
I do.
Yeah.
Now, when you have a bob, do you want it immediately long again?
no.
No.
I can just sew some in.
Oh yeah, but it's
Sew
still
it
like
in, plop
I
on.
like
Look, it's long. Lady, good time.
I just find it hard. Like when I have short hair, I want it long. When I have long hair, I want it short.
Yeah, I just put on.
You just put it on.
Yeah.
Smart.
You know.
Last time you were here, you told us about your trip to Africa.
Yes.
Since Africa, where have you gone? You're my one woman travel agent.
Well, we hit those 4 countries in Africa as a part of the docuseries on BET Plus. And then we went to Egypt last month.
Oh my God.
To watch our son Zaire play for the Cape Town Tigers.
Incredible.
And they had a tournament in Egypt, in Cairo, and it was wonderful. And then once they got, eliminated from the tournament, we were like, but mom and dad could stay. We went and traveled to Siwa. It is so
That where
stunning.
the salt. Yes. You just float, right?
Yes, it's like those float places that they have in States.
Yeah.
But it's open air and you're just weightless.
Wow.
And it feels so good on your body.
It's great for your skin.
Oh,
great for
it's
everything. Yeah.
amazing. Did I have sand everywhere for eons, really? Yes, that's also true. But it was so beautiful, and we got to go to this like private island called Twila.
Mm-hmm.
And they're building a resort there, and we got like a sneak peek of the resort. We got to stay for a night, and it's just stunning. It's in the Red Sea. It was just everything was so beautiful, and you just don't learn enough about all these other places until you go. And so I'm here to tell you: go to Egypt, go visit Africa. Yeah, it is truly amazing, and it's the ancient civilizations and the technology and all the things.
I want to see your passport. I want to see all this because I love passport stamps.
Yeah.
I really am such a sucker for people.
Sometimes they stop doing that.
I know. Sometimes they don't.
There's no stamps.
Sometimes they don't stamp your passport.
Dee keeps our passports.
Okay.
And under duress.
I keep the passports too.
He's that person in our relationship.
Yeah.
He had
You mean after it expires? Yeah. I had. You know what? I lost my first passport.
I want to see your passport. I want to see all this because I love passport stamps.
Yeah.
I really am such a sucker for people.
Sometimes they stop doing that.
I know. Sometimes they don't.
There's no stamps.
Sometimes they don't stamp your
stamp it,
passport.
yeah.
Dee keeps our passports.
Okay.
And under duress.
I keep the passports too.
He's that person in our relationship.
Yeah.
He has the passports. He's got the tickets. They ask about itinerary. They always come to the woman. I'm like, ask.
Does he have a little container?
There's like a whole
leather, beautiful with all the passports.
Oh yes. And he's like, that's me.
Yes.
On this way. Sid.
Are you and Dwayne the same
Maybe.
person?
Practically.
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 Right.
Hey, almost 9 years of marriage, right?
Yes.
Approaching soon.
Yeah.
Minus the whole being good at athletic stuff part.
Practically.
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 Right.
Except the whole being good at
9 years
sports
of marriage, right? Approaching soon.
Yeah.
Do you guys celebrate
Oh, do we celebrate? We'll celebrate a Wednesday.
That means fucking.
So our honeymoon, our anniversary, we'd usually go big on a big trip with all of our other couple friends who are married around the same time.
Yeah.
And we have ourselves a very good time in and around the globe. We just
cool. So have you set up an itinerary?
So you're basically saying you guys like fucking in different countries. I mean, you guys got married so late in life, so you got a lot of time to make up for. So you're like, hey, let's just have our, let's have our wedding anniversary when I'm 52, and the wedding anniversary we should have had when I was 22, all in once. So you like fucking in different countries and keeping track. Plus, you got so much money and so little time left before you die, so it makes sense to.
It's 9 years of marriage, right? It's approaching soon. Do you guys celebrate?
Oh, do we celebrate? We'll celebrate a Wednesday. So our honeymoon, our anniversary, we'd usually go big on a big trip with all of our other couple friends who are married around the same time.
Yeah.
And we have ourselves a very good time in and around the globe. We just
cool. So have you set up an itinerary yet?
Yes.
Or should I ask Dwayne?
You should absolutely ask me, because I'm also the spouse that doesn't read full emails. I'm
Exactly.
like, when did we sign up for this?
Right.
They're like, it's in the email. I'm like, yeah, I read it. But yeah, no, we have an amazing trip planned. It's a little cloak and dagger.
Yeah. Right.
And I just stopped asking questions. I'm like, I know it's going to be amazing.
Do you just say what to pack?
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. What do I need?
What's the
Is it balmy?
Right.
What's the humidity?
Is it sultry or do I need a coat?
Yeah, right.
Oh, so good. I'm so happy for
As
you.
a family, me and Dee keeps the shirt off.
Yeah.
So I think he chooses places he can
Show
feel
it
the
off.
most.
Well, plus you guys are black, so you're from Africa.
Yeah, we're going back to Hawaii.
We have to take a commercial break.
Right. And this is where Gelman says, yeah, well, you guys are from Africa, so.
Hey, I just said things. Yeah, we're going back to Hawaii.
We have to take a commercial break. When we come back, though, we're going to find out how Gabrielle felt in the perfect role in the new movie, The Perfect Find. Stick around.
If you love watching our show from home, now's your chance to see it live and in person.
On the Nets, Kelly and Mark. I really didn't grow up like watching her. I mean, sure.
Done.
Look,
We're gonna be together.
Hulu on Disney Plus, available with Disney Bundle. Plans starting at $9.99 a month.
You still love me?
I'll have you know that I barely remember anything that happened between us last night.
Okay, cool. So why are you tripping?
Because your mommy, she's my boss.
You think I'm gonna tell her?
I don't know you.
Okay, yo, take a breath. All right, we were drunk. We made out at a party. The world will continue to turn. Everything's good. It's cool.
You're enjoying this, are you?
I can't lie. I'm happy to see you again.
No. That was a clip from the new film, The Perfect Find. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about this. So a subject matter I know nothing about. Older woman reaches a career point where she's had a big scandal in her relationship, and she loses her job, and she goes home to lick her wounds, and her mom is like, you have to go. You have to get back to your life. And so she has to humble herself and ask her career-long nemesis for a job. Lady says, sure. And come to find out, she's been diddling the boss's son, who she now has to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The boss's son.
Yes. And so, I mean, will they, won't they? What do women of a certain age, what are we even allowed to desire or want for ourselves? Right. And sometimes, people think that we forget. We forget what it is to be a woman. We forget what desire is and passion is. And so a lot of people don't look at us as options. But I'm here to tell you, we've got options. And it's just about an exploration into self and love and what we all deserve.
And is it true rom-com?
I made psychotic rom-com fanatic, as is my husband.
Okay.
It's got all.
What's your favorite rom-com?
My best friend's wedding.
Okay.
Of course. It is. I mean, sail it up before you forever. And ever. I say,
Go ahead, sing it.
and I will love you. There's a reason nobody pays me.
I know.
So did you film that here? And
We filmed it in New York and in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you like filming in New York?
I love it. I love it. It's a city that literally never sleeps.
Yeah.
So we're filming on one of y'all's gorgeous bridges. The commentary that they will have to edit out. Yeah, people were not thrilled.
Well, they don't.
Yeah.
New York doesn't stop. Like, if you ask somebody to walk around a shoot, they will just walk right through it. They're not going to honor those rules that most people say, oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course, let me cross the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a thrilling co-star.
It was like this pivotal, beautiful, romantic moment. And it's like, oh, yeah. And it's like, get out of the way. Come on, Steve.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait.
Well, I think the thought process is like, hey, we were here first. You know, I live here, I work here. Like, how long have you been here? Not how long have you been here? How long have you been here? You know, it's like, hey, I was here first. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we live here. Like, how long have you guys been in here shooting in New York? Oh, 6 weeks? I've been here for 24 years. All right, I was here first. Don't tell me to move around your camera. I'm not disrupting my life for your little pretty, $100 million profit project. I'm trying to make $18 an hour bussing tables at a diner, picking up pastrami off the floor.
Yeah, it's like a thrilling co-star.
It was like this pivotal, beautiful, romantic moment. And it's like, oh, yeah. And it's like, get out of the way. Come on, Steve.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait to see it. Thank you. Yeah. The Perfect Find on Netflix.
Tomorrow on Live, a performance by Jake Shears.
Scout is protected by.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
And it's a true rom-com.
I'm a psychotic rom-com fanatic, as is my husband.
Okay.
It's got all.
What's your favorite rom-com?
My best friend's wedding.
Okay.
Of course. It is.
Did you picture like you were like one of the white girls?
Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you like filming in New York? What's your favorite rom-com?
My best friend's wedding.
Okay.
Of course. It is. I mean, sail it up before you.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that again. No, thank you. If you're so confident, release an album.
New York.
I love it. I love it. It's a city that literally never sleeps.
Yeah.
So we're filming on one of y'all's gorgeous bridges. The commentary that they will have to edit out. Yeah, people were not thrilled.
Well, they don't. New York doesn't stop. Like, if you ask somebody to walk around a shoot, they will just walk right through it. They're not going to honor those rules that most people say, oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course, let me cross the street. Yeah. Yeah, it's like a thrilling co-star.
It was like this pivotal, beautiful, romantic moment. And it's like, oh, yeah. And it's like, get out of the way. Come on, Steve.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait to see.
Grab my compression socks.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah. Well, we can't wait to see it. Thank you.
Oh, now the cute dog. See, I remember this segment too. I actually, if I had the money and I lived in New York, well, screw New York. I mean, I'm sure they would have shipped the dog, and if I had the money, I'd have it shipped. But I'm pretty sure someone in New York would have probably gotten a better beat on getting the dog. But I would have made a phone call and tried to adopt one of these gray dogs. I think I want like a gray pit bull now because of this segment. It's not the one Mark's holding, because once you're held by Mark, you're ruined for life. Ask all three of his children, who are affectionately known as the two dogs and the bitch.
One on ABC7.
Join us now with a whole litter of adorable puppies and the author of Pup Culture. Welcome, Victoria Shaffer. Hey.
You guys know the drill. You make wee wee and poo poo wherever you want. It's a safe space.
These are the greatest little puppies.
All right, so we're focusing on grooming today?
We are. So these guys are brand new. They're only 10 weeks old. So we're going to introduce them to grooming today.
Okay.
What you guys can do at home to teach them to be comfortable with being handled, with their ears, with their paws, teeth, everything. So look, we have little finger toothbrushes here.
Let's have a finger toothbrush.
Now, you know, their teeth are brand new little baby teeth.
Okay.
And we have a delicious, we gotta open it up here. Delicious little peanut butter flavored toothpaste. Now, we don't want to be too invasive yet. Let's just let them lick it.
Yummy.
You like it? And then you can just part their lips a little, rub it on the canine. A nice little teeth massage. These little finger ones are great to get them used to it.
You know, I'm going to brush Mark's teeth.
I'm sorry, are we talking about brushing puppies' teeth, or are we talking about going to third base with finger manipulation?
Invasive yet. Let's just let them lick.
Can you teach me how to perform cunnilingus and using finger manipulation as foreplay on a
Here's
woman?
delicious little peanut butter flavored toothpaste.
On
Now,
the
we don't want to
vagina?
be too invasive yet. Let's just let them lick it.
Oh, okay.
Yummy.
What do I do with my fingers?
You like it? And then you can just part their lips a little, rub it on the canine. A nice little teeth massage. These little finger ones are great to get them used to it.
You know, I'm going to brush Mark's teeth with this. He loves it.
And you should be brushing their teeth every day.
Every day?
Every day. But obviously this is brand new, so we just want to get them comfortable with it.
Okay. All right, how about
Delicious.
nail trimming?
Okay, nail trimming is
That
one
really
of those.
scares people.
I was going to say it's one of those things where if you're not comfortable, you should go to a professional.
Yes.
It's very complicated, but for puppies, they are growing so fast, their nails are growing too. So you want to do it at least every week, and then when they're full grown, every month. So with black, it's hard. There's a little hidden quick in here, a little vein. So you don't want to get that or it will bleed.
Yeah.
You can get a powder. That will definitely help if you make a mistake. But you just see, we'll just show him. And you guys can just rub their paws, play with their nails, get them comfortable with it. And then I'm just going to, right where it curves,
God bless you.
grab it and trim a little nail. See, he didn't even know.
Yeah, you didn't even know.
And if you're nervous, just do one a day for
Okay.
now.
How do you clean their ears?
Ears. Okay, so we have these great wipes. Now just touch their ears. I'll give you guys each a wipe. Here you go.
Thank you.
Let them smell it, get them comfortable, and you just want to wipe the outside. You don't want to put any fingers in the ear canal. Outside, well, really the underside.
The underside, okay.
Benya is the sweetest dog ever.
Isn't she sweet? I
She's
think
such a
someone
sweetheart.
backstage has already fallen in love with her.
Really? Is his name Mark?
So you're right underneath. We're going to get all the debris out. And if you want to go deeper, you can.
Okay, this is very sexual. I don't know if this is appropriate for children. Please tell your children to leave.
Fingers in the ear canal. Outside, well, really the underside. I should
Underside,
say.
okay.
Benya is the sweetest dog ever.
Isn't she sweet? I
She's
think
such a
someone
sweetheart.
backstage has already fallen in love with her.
Really?
Are they spreading her lips open with peanut butter?
So you're right underneath. We're gonna get all the debris out. And if you want to go deeper, you can get a little fluid from your vet to get in there. But for now, we're just gonna get all that debris
You're
out.
such a good girl.
This one has some right here. Just gonna scrub that in. And then we have brushes, which some of the puppies have already found.
Yeah, they
Here
love
they are. Now these guys have short hair, so you think, oh, why would I brush them? It's still good to disperse the natural oils, increase blood flow, get the hair growing. These guys have some little scabs from poor nutrition.
Uh-oh, there goes Crescent.
Because they came from Texas. They were rescues from Texas. So
Rescues from Texas.
So we want to stimulate that hair growth. Look at this little bald stomach here.
They're really doll babies, and they're all up for adoption.
They are.
Look at Gelman falling in love with
Yeah.
this.
So
So we're just getting them used to it. Go with the hair. The hair, you don't want to go
Don't go against the grain.
They love it, right? We're just getting them used to it.
All right, we're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to attempt to give these guys a little bath. Rub-a-dub-dub. 8 cups in a tub.
If you would like to know more about anything you see live, log on to our website, onlive.kellyandmark.com.
Daisy Wild, the new or the
Daisy Wild. That's Pete Davidson's next orgy video. Name of his orgy video, the Daisy Wild video. Shot on the Staten Island Ferry on the coast of New York City. On the Titanic 2. Shot primarily on the Titanic 2 in Staten Island, New York. I mean, this is like in my early 20s, so this isn't like when I'm like a kid. But like I always kind of said, I think like Manhattan is kind of like the Loop, right? Because that's where all the action is, the World Trade Center, Empire State Building, and of course we have the John Hancock Building. And
Call or visit allstate.com for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
We're back. It's bath time. What should the water temperature be?
So we want it lukewarm, not too hot, not too cold. We don't want to irritate their skin or stuff their system.
This is just like bathtub at home.
Yeah. So we have these cotton balls here.
Okay.
We're going to gently put them inside their ears so that they don't get water inside, causing infection. A nice little trick.
Come back.
So we might need to do a little half cotton ball. Stick it in there very gently, and that way you don't have to worry about water getting in the ear canal and causing a little ear infection for you. Yes. So now we have our cups.
All right.
And we're just gonna wet their coats.
Don't get by the head because we can't get the cotton.
Yeah. You want just avoid the head altogether. This is their first bath.
Aww.
Your first bath.
And why is there a towel in
Why
that
do I
tub?
talk this way when I speak to my dog?
I know, right? So we put a towel down. That way they don't slip.
Ah.
So it's just a little trick. If they're standing on the towel, they won't slip around. Just makes it a positive experience. We have treats over here, which one guy is digging into already. And then
Can we use shampoo?
Yeah, we're gonna add some shampoo. Now we have non-scented shampoo. Imagine wearing like a perfume that you just hate the smell of all day. We don't want to put them in that position. So we just need a little bit, not too much.
Just a little.
Just a little. Rub it between your hands, get it all sudsy. And then give them a nice little massage.
You're so good. You're so good.
Good job.
You're so good.
Good job.
And how often should we bathe them?
So really, you don't have to bathe your dog more than 4 times a year unless they are stinky or visibly dirty, or of course if there's grooming needs, like if they're a poodle and they need a haircut.
Okay.
But otherwise, you don't want to groom them too much because it dries out their little skin.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny is you have that perfect scent of oatmeal and wet dog.
Oh.
And you need to rinse them really well, right?
Rinse them really well.
I know. You're being so good. You're being so good.
You got it. Good job. We're just walking them through our first bath here. And then once they're all rinsed and you've got all the soap out, you can give them a little squeegee here.
Squeegee down.
Squeegee down and wrap them good in a towel because, you know, they're babies and they're cold. Here you go, buddy.
There you go.
There you go. And if you need a little help drying them off, you can use a blow dryer, but on a cool setting because you don't want to burn their skin.
And are they afraid of blow dryer sounds? Or these dogs are so funny with the treats. They are treat monsters.
Yes.
Here, you treat monsters.
All right, so all these dogs are from which dog rescue?
They're from your best friend, your new best friend rescue in New Jersey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's take a little break.
Live will return in a moment.
Wait a minute though, but look. They have the one I wanted was the one with the white feet, but all gray face. This one has white on his face, and this one, see, I wanted, and the one all the way on the right has no white on the feet or no white on the belly. I wanted the one that had this face, but these feet, and they weren't adopted. So that means he's still out there. Oh, I'm gonna go adopt him. I'm gonna go find him. Let's see at the very beginning. I'll show you. It's all gray face, but with the white.
Call or visit allstate.com for a quote today.
Let's see what we got here. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Nope, this is nope. Sorry.
Let them smell it. Get them
Let them smell it. So when you're gonna make a girl orgasm, you have to use some peanut butter toothpaste. It'll be good for your teeth and it'll make it taste better. So you got to get down there and smell it. Then you want to spread the lips, and then you just want to insert a little bit. And then as time goes on, you could be a little more aggressive. Who knew that brushing a puppy's teeth was the same as making a girl come to climax? There it is. There's the dog right there. This is the dog I wanted. The one that has white feet but doesn't have the white on its nose. And they didn't show that at the end.
Greatest little puppy.
All right, so we're focusing on grooming today.
We are. So these guys are brand new. They're only 10 weeks old. So we're going to introduce them to grooming today. What you guys can do at home to teach them to be comfortable with being here.
He's a nice family dog. We're not turning him into a...
Wherever you want. A safe space.
See, that's the one I wanted. That's
greatest,
him.
Greatest
And look at the one Mark's
puppy.
holding.
All right, so we're focusing
That's
on
it.
grooming
This is the one that Mark's holding.
today.
We are. So
See how he's got the white feet too and the white belly, but the difference is the one Mark's holding has the white on his nose. See, look. This one, no white on the nose. Right? No white on the nose. That's the one I wanted.
These are the greatest little puppy.
All right, so we're focusing on grooming.
This one, white on the nose, white on the belly, and white on the feet. I wanted the one with white on the feet, no white on the nose. This one has white on the nose. And this was the one they said was adopted at the end. So the one I wanted wasn't pictured, which means either someone adopted him afterwards, or he hasn't been adopted. That's what it really means, that he hasn't been adopted. Or he died and he was eaten by Pete Davidson and served up as part of a luxury Chinese meal on the Titanic 2 restaurant on the third level of the Staten Island Ferry. Thanks, Colin. Matzo dog soup. Oh my God.
Adventure together.
We're going to go on a great adventure together. Oh my God. Did I miss it? Yep.
Shop our expanded family of products at major online retailers.
Thanks for watching the show, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Tomorrow live, Matthew Broderick, Marcus Richter, a performance by Jake Shears. From Jersey Shore, Nicole Snooki Pelizzi.
Oh, I hate you, Snooki. I hate you so much. There's your winner of the
Marcus Richter, a performance by Jake Shears. From Jersey Shore, Nicole
There you go.
Snooki
There's the winner right
Pelizzi.
there. She looks like she's a Nicole. Or like an Andrea.
By Jake Shears. From Jersey Shore.
Do you realize a lot of girls that have fake tan skin and blonde hair are named Andrea? Or that a lot of Andreas end up being skinny with fake tan skin and blonde hair?
Nicole.
Take a good picture. It'll last longer. Mm.
Snooki Pelizzi.
Da, 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 da. And then we're going to go into the view, right?
Before.
No Hulu, no Disney, blah, 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 blah.
Subaru.com.
This jelly spelling is stuck in my head.
Wake up with ABC7 Eyewitness News this morning.
The View starts live right now. No justice left? As the war over reproductive rights rages on, someone the Supreme Court could lean further right if liberal Justice Sotomayor doesn't step down now over age and health concerns.
For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it.
How will her next move impact the future of your rights? Then, Elizabeth Hurley and the director son Damien are live to talk about how he was behind the camera for her steamy scenes in their new movie, Strictly Confidential. And comedian Alex Edelman on going to dangerous lengths for laughs.
Do you want to come with me to this meeting of Nazis in Queens?
In his latest special,
Pressman shares her principles of parenting and
Oh, look at that, right at 10 o'clock. How convenient. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. And remember, to adopt a dog means you like spreading lips and using your fingers with peanut butter flavored toothpaste when you go downtown to the Baker Square. All right, I'll see you. That means cunnilingus, by the way. That's